Hey there guys, it's me again, the PSG Manify. So excited to bring you guys this video because it's going to be packed with so much information, so much good news. But by the title, you guys know what it's time for. It's a comparison slash review, but not really. But it's going to be between Dualshock 4 and Dualshock 3. You know it's time to review something when you see me with two controllers. First, let's start with the Dualshock 3. I noticed some problems when I first started gaming with this controller when I first got my PlayStation 3 Slim. I got, when I was in about 4 hours of gameplay, I would get so much hand fatigue because, as you guys can see, when you grab this controller, it's not the most comfortable way of holding it. It's very compact. There's like literally no room for your hands. And by the way I game, my thumbs would bump into each other all the time, which was not really good when you're playing online games like FIFA, Call of Duty, Battlefield 3. You know, it wouldn't help you. You get stuck. You're like, oh, what am I doing? What's wrong? So here I'm just gonna show you guys better. Sorry for the lighting. There you go. Like, it's just hard to game like this. You know, it's really difficult, and it's just annoys me. Another thing that I didn't like were the thumbsticks. The thumbsticks, you could lose, they're grippy, I'm not gonna lie, but they're just not right. And then the triggers weren't really triggers. So I'm really glad they always switched the default to shoot with this button because it just feels so much comfortable instead of pressing this little lane button right here. And it just works better for me with the Dualshock 4. Another thing that I didn't like about this controller was the feel. It doesn't feel as comfortable as the Xbox 360 controller. To me, the Xbox 360 controller always felt better. It was always the best controller. I mean, this was okay to game with, but I did get hand fatigue. But now, with the PlayStation 4 controller, the Dualshock 4, I think, this is my opinion, this is the controller that won for next-gen consoles. It feels so much better in the hand, as you guys can see, and it just has so much room. I have big hands. I play goalkeeper when I play soccer, and let me tell you, I have no problems with this controller whatsoever. My fingers don't touch. The triggers are actually triggers. They're so comfortable. There you can see how they kind of bend outwards on an angle. And it's just better because your fingers will never fall off those buttons. Now the default for all the shooting games, Destiny Beta, Call of Duty, Killzone, the fire button is now the triggers because they just feel so much better. Another thing I liked about are the thumbsticks, the joysticks. They just feel so much comfortable now. They're concave, so now your thumbs can rest and not fall off. They just stay there. It's really nice. I like the texture, although I am getting some problems with this on the thumbsticks, and I'll get to that towards the end. Also, the buttons here, the X, circle, triangle, and square, they just feel cheaper on the Dualshock 3. Like here, you know, this is a really new Dualshock 3 controller, because I got one towards the end of this generation, so this thing is only like a month old, because one of them broke. And, you know, it's just the Dualshock 4 is just a lot better. Here, new, you don't get like a nice click, it's just like a cheap up and down. But here, it just feels more premium. A more premium click to the buttons than this. I hope you guys can catch it on the audio, but look, see? We have a nicer click here than here. Another feature that I totally love is how here we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. You can use any headset. As you guys know, I did an unboxing of the Beats by Dre mixers by David Guetta. I use those all the time. They're so comfortable. I put them on, I pop into the 3.5mm headphone jack, and it's beautiful. The sound is nice. You can actually hear footsteps, so I don't know if it's 7.1 surround. I wouldn't know because I don't have the facts with me, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's just because the high quality sound that the beats have, that's what allows you to hear all the stuff around when you play. So that's what I'm actually now debating, if I should get a new wireless headset for the PlayStation 4, because I want to get the gold. Or should I just stay with the mixers? The mixers I use more for music, going outside when I go to the gym and work out, play soccer, rock on my complex, when I work out. So I'm pretty sure I'll just find a new gaming headset for the PlayStation 4, which is definitely going to be the gold. Definitely. And good stuff about this controller. Another thing that I like is the new trackpad. This game right here takes full advantage of the trackpad. Out of the games we have so far for the PlayStation 4, this uses your owl. I remember, I don't know if it's up to use the rope to go to other places. It has so many functions. And it's also a physical button. You can press down on it. One thing that I don't like, which I think should have been on release, this doesn't move your mouse when you're on the scroller. Unless there's an update now that I don't know about, but from the last I checked, it doesn't work, which would be really cool because, it's already like a touch-sensitive thing where you just swipe. So it only makes sense to move your finger as a mouse, as a cursor, and then just tap, not click, but tap, like touch-sensitive, to open up a link. That's just my opinion. Also, another new feature, the speaker. When you play Killzone and you find audio logs, they're like these things like you get rewards for if you find them all. You hear them here. So if you're far away from your TV, like for example, this is not where my PlayStation 4 is, but as you guys can see, the TV there, if I'm playing from over here, the speaker allows you to hear what that audio log is saying from the distance that I'm at right now. So that's a big plus. Also, the triggers, they're so redesigned. These are premium. Click, click, click. Which on the Dualshock 3 controller, they're just smushy. And again, this is only 1 month old. It's not like I got this when I first picked up the PlayStation 3. This is literally brand new. It just, I don't know. This just really wasn't one of my favorite controllers of last gen. It was good for that time period, but the PlayStation 4 just shitted on the DualShock 3. Another thing is the light bar. This has its pros and cons, which I wish they would have kept. The only thing that I wish that the DualShock 4 would have kept from the DualShock 3 are these little lights right here, where you guys can see it says 1, 2, 3, 4, which indicates what controller this is. So like if you go down and you look at your controller, you're playing with some buddies, some friends, you have 3 friends over, you guys are playing, just look at the controller, 1, 2, or 3. This only has this, the light. I know blue is primary, like the first player, red is second, but I don't have a third or fourth. So it's just one thing that I think they really should have kept, because this wasted so much battery life. I actually like one of the, I forgot his name, but I don't know if he's one of our subscribers, but a guy left a comment saying that you can actually change the dimness level of this, and I did. And I changed it to the lowest, and now I actually get 10 to 11 hours of gameplay with the full charge. So I'm really happy about that. That's really one big improvement. Thank you for letting me know. This is really important to me because as a gamer, you really need battery life. So, overall, before I forget, this is another problem. This is micro USB. I wish they would have stayed with mini. Why? Mini is so much more resistant. For example, I have cousins that sometimes come around here. And this is also from personal experience that I witnessed at one of my friend's house. He was charging his PlayStation 4 controller. His little brother walked and it tore out the the micro USB. And when he charges it back, it doesn't read the charger. This is a really delicate circuit right here. Any little movement really vigorously will break this charger and you have a broken PlayStation 4 controller. So, be careful if you have siblings, little cousins. Please be careful where you leave this. This is why I personally purchased the PlayStation 4 Energizer charging dock. Because I know my family, they're clumsy, they don't look what they're going. And they're going to say, oh, why was it there? So now, I have my charging dock and it stays there, and I'm careful every time I insert it and insert it out. Another cool feature that this has is that it functions with the PlayStation 3, not wirelessly, but plugged in via micro USB to USB on the PlayStation 3, which I'm going to show you right now. So please bear with me. I'm going to remove the camera, and I'm going to show you guys. As you guys can see, I'm playing FIFA 14 on the PlayStation 3, just to show you guys. And, you know, I'm going to plug it in. So just let me put it down real quick so you guys can see what I'm going to do. You grab your micro USB, plug it into the controller, and now I'm going to show you guys that it works. You can move, you can advance on the timeline that you're playing in, and it continues for you. So, no, that's just me quickly showing you one of the features that I like, because I no longer use a Dualshock 3 to play my PlayStation 3. It's not worth it. It's very uncomfortable, and the PlayStation 4 just absolutely bashes the Dualshock 3. So that's all I wanted to show you guys, one of the features that I did enjoy and like. Also, if you're thinking that you can also pop a headset of your preference onto the DualShock 4 controller, you're wrong. This is something that I suggest that Sony fixes, because they can make some profit. If they do an update on the PlayStation 3 where it can support the DualShock 4 wirelessly, they're going to make so much money. Trust me. So much money. As of right now, the buttons that do not work on the PlayStation 3 from the DualShock 4 controller is the home button, the trackpad, and the the share button. On some games, the options and share buttons do work. For example, on FIFA, when you're in the opening menus, you can skip a song with the share button. It reads it as a select and start. And like I was saying before, do not expect this function to work with the PlayStation 3. You can have a headset, but the audio is going to be coming away from the TV. So one thing to keep in mind. So overall, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful controller. Buy one. If you have a PlayStation 3, trade in your DualShock 3. I recommend you. If you're a collector and just want to keep one, I have 2 of them. I used to have 3. One broke, so I replaced it with the 3rd one. So now I only have 2 because I traded one in to buy some other stuff. It's worth it. Worth the upgrade. Just keep in mind, trackpad, home button, and share button will not work. Unless, from my experience, I've only been playing FIFA, and the share button does work because it counts as a select button. Also, last thing to keep in mind, this is $60, the price of a game. So, it's going to be worth it, okay? Trust me, it's so worth it. Definitely pick this thing up. And I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to say about this controller. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my comparison video. I want to apologize to anyone who took offense if I insulted the DualShock 3, but it's just that. It's the truth. PlayStation 4 controller, so much better. So much stuff went into the design. Sony really knew what they were doing. And also, before I leave, I just want to tell you guys that this week there's going to be lots of unboxings, not for video games, but I think I'll do it in a separate video because I'm running out of time. But lots of updates, and I'm going to make a quick update video as soon as I upload this video onto YouTube, okay? Thank you guys for watching. This has been the DualShock 3 versus DualShock 4 controller comparison. Thank you guys for watching. This is the PlayStation 3 Manify signing out. Peace, guys.